Hey, there is a very good article that I've linked to below. It's coming from the judo world, where basically the author extrapolates how the rules that we use in contest and in sparring that are for each other's safety and for each other's well-being should bleed over into the rest of our lives when we're having discussions and debates with people so that we fight fairly with our words, meaning we are there to exchange ideas and not try to destroy one another in arguments and conversation. So, if you want to take that in terms of a taekwondo spin, that of course would be courtesy and integrity and I guess self control. But from a self defense standpoint, I would say that matters too because not every physical engagement is a true test of survival. It's not necessarily combat. Those of you who've got some experience under your belt, you know that. Is the criminal, excuse the noise, I'm trying to make noise on my feet. Is the criminal coming out of the alley with the knife at you at 1 o'clock in the morning, aiming at your head, the same threat of danger as the 16-year-old hormonal teenager who's acting out because, let's say, he just got cut from the track team, and then you turn around and tell him, no, you can't drive today, so you want to take the car keys from him. Does he deserve the same type of response as the person coming out of the alleyway? Now, here is where you get in trouble if you only know one type of response. I'll pick on my major, striking. So if all you know how to do is hit, how are you going to handle that teenager that's unruly? You think you're going to be able to out-grapple that teenager if you don't have any sort of grappling background whatsoever. Now, I used to say yes because I was ignorant of the fact that I actually had a grappling background. It was just like an instructor had told me at one time. I probably had taken judo when I was too young to remember taking it. And that's exactly what happened. And when I ran into the person who had taught me when I was very young, the memories came back and I remembered. I really wasn't supposed to be on the mat, but I picked up by being in the room. And the same thing, you can flip that around for grappling. Trying to necessarily go for the grapple, instead of knowing how to hit someone, grappling, or I can at least say judo and jiu-jitsu have atemi, which means striking. They have striking in them. If you really want to try to be a pure grappler all the time in a self-defense situation, that is a great way to get stabbed. If you don't believe me, look at the video I have where I'm reacting to the Cracked magazine video of the guy who got stabbed on the subway by the mad stabber. This was on the New York subway system. So it is our responsibility to respond appropriately, especially those of us who are civilians. Police officers tend to have a little bit more leeway when it comes to force. Soldiers, if you're in a war zone, you're in a war zone. If the enemy's coming after you, you got to do what you got to do, even though there are rules of war. But the vast majority of us taking a martial art, we're just regular people. We have a job, and we do it as a hobby. Even if we're national level competitors, we don't make our primary living fighting. Most of us are not bouncers. Most of us are not security people. Most of us are just regular people who want to be able to protect ourselves. So that's why I think, and most likely the person who wrote that article too that I've linked to below, so please go take a look at it, probably thinks too that if you're in a conversation with someone, you have a responsibility to match the right force with the right force, and that's it. Now, have I mastered this? So far, so good. That's all I can say right now is so far, so good. Even I think I could be capable of overreacting or maybe even underreacting to something because, hey, I'm human. So just take a look at the article and leave your thoughts on this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for your time as always. Peace. And how do I stop? There we go.